Right, so I love a good book, especially a complex book with meaning and levels, and it just needs a given depth to the reading. And I've been an English literature student all throughout. I chose at GCSE, I chose at A level, and I'm contemplating choosing it further on. But if you are a British English literature student, the one thing you have so amply shoved down your throat is Shakespeare. There is a Shakespeare book on every course. I've done King Lear, I've done Macbeth, I've done Romeo and Juliet, I've done Othello, I've done mind blank, but to name a few. And I understand that Shakespeare is a brilliant writer. I understand that he uses some of the greatest dramatic techniques. I understand that in the world of literature, there are few people on that man's level. And I really, really want to enjoy his books because I can see this huge potential in them when I read them. But the way we have our school system structured has killed all enjoyment and all possible enjoyment of Shakespeare. I've tried to read Shakespeare's books, Shakespeare's plays out of a curriculum, and because of the attitude I've just had punched into my skull by our British education system, the wonderful thing that it is, I just can't. And I've read books far more complex than some of Shakespeare's books, and I've loved them to bits. Like, I've read Brothers Karamazov, I've read Nausea, and having now to take a Shakespeare book, just with the attitude I've had ingrained in me through these lessons, the methods we use to be taught for analysis just aren't analysis. If you're reading something and it doesn't make sense, and you can't make it make sense, having an answer or a meaning that as much equally does not make sense pushed onto you, and you will have a teacher tell you this is what this line means, and you can't sit back and say, well, to me, that doesn't make sense. But looking into the genre or the time or whatever, it would make sense. You never get that. That's proper analysis. You just get given sheets and sheets worth of this is what this means. I'm not going to tell you why or how or for what this means. You just need to understand that this is this and that is that, and then you need to recall these and spit these out in an incoherent stream of standardized this is because of this and that and that and that, without actually knowing the reason why, and without actually knowing what it's for. You just need to treat it as effective. Like, I could never in my own time see myself reading any book as treating the meaning as effective rather than what the meaning is. I want to know what a book is about for the book itself. I don't want to know what the book, does to be academically a success. I want to read a book to learn something. I want to read a book, and these books that face huge topics of age, of injustice, of love, of conflict, of war, which, trample with the biggest issues of human life, and all you want me to know is why this seems good, without giving me any pushing down what the meaning is. You will not let me read into this book to understand what is the problems being picked apart, and you just want me to sit there and say, this is an effective tragedy because in this certain line, without knowing the meaning, without you letting me accept the meaning or understand the meaning, you want me to explain why this is agnoresis and why this is the exact of his fatal flaw, without understanding why what this is a flaw, why it all adds together. You're making me glue things in without a glue stick. You're making me cut out shapes without telling me what shape I need to cut out or what scissors I'm using. It just irks me so much, and it is one of the flaws with the education system, the curriculum system, and the fact that everything we are pushed to learn has to fit into that, 2-week exam period where you have to answer these very, very specific, there are 1 or 2 or 3 ways you can go, and that's it. Anything else is wrong, and it just has to be effective and not what it means. it is not how you learn, it is not how you understand, and it bugs me so much, and it has ruined what I know could be one of the most potentially most enjoyable author experiences.